I'm gonna pour myself down and let y'all cook. So here you go.
Cool.
Hi,
Nice to meet you, TK.
nice to meet you as well.
You said a lot. You said a
Okay,
lot. It
I
was
did,
good.
and I think I said a lot of things that a lot of brothers don't love. So I'm here to answer whatever questions you have.
Well, first of all, we have some common interests because I do all natural bodybuilding. So I'm getting ready for a show later this year. I think you can kind of see it behind me.
Hey, okay.
Yeah. So I'm chasing that pro card, sis. Chasing that pro card. So it's very interesting. I was reading the comments, and it's something that we hear a lot in dating today about partnership versus marriage. Women are saying they want a partner versus a husband. And I think one of the ways to kind of frame it as how men may receive it, and I tried to think of a military analogy, and thank you for your service, by the way. Um, a woman saying that she wants a partner versus a husband, I think we receive that like a woman saying she wants a military force without ranking. Does that make sense? Because
Mm-hmm.
partner is even plain. And when it comes to getting things done in the military, where there's mission, where there's HR, I think you said with your background, in order to produce results, there has to be a protocol, there has to be a ranking, and you're going to have to fall in line to a hierarchy of decision making. So when you say partner, is it because you are not wanting to be led? You're not looking for a leader? Um,
I'm not looking for a leader. I
exactly.
mean, for me,
Yes.
I mean, if those are the words we're using, I'm not looking for a leader. I'm looking for a
Right.
partner. And again, I think, like I was saying, these are terms that are fairly new, or at least to me, that are kind
Right.
of that I'm starting to hear a lot. Partner, provider, protector, like,
Okay.
these things always existed, but I'm starting to hear them as like catchphrases and ways to describe things. I think it's more nuanced than that.
Mhm.
Um, so, but no, I would not say I'm out here looking for a leader. And I think if you just look at it logically, I am 52. What
Right.
has been in my life so far? Like,
Say that last part again after
leading my
52.
life so far that I would now be saying I need a leader. Like, that doesn't even
Mhm.
make sense to me. But
Right.
right. So I think
Right.
when you're in a relationship, let's say that, regardless of what kind of relationship you're in, if it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, partners, whatever kind of relationship you're in, um, at different times, different people take the lead on things. I don't feel like every day, at least I don't, I mean, I'm trying to apply this to real life and think of a situation where in the house
Mhm.
every morning, is there someone, are these decisions having to be made that a person, I don't know. I can't wrap my brain around that.
Yeah.
Why it
And
seems to be driving the conversation so hard when I feel like it's not that big.
yeah. Yeah. I think those conversations are kind of foreign because just listening to your story, and thank you so much for sharing. It seems like a lot of it's dating atrophy in the sense that, you're 52, so you haven't been in the dating scene like a typical other 52-year-old may have been out there, dating, being in long-term relationships. They may have been married before. So, yeah, a lot of these um, dating kind of interactions, the normalities, for the lack of a better term, can really seem foreign. I've traveled quite a bit. There's still a lot of places I want to go, and I've lived abroad myself. So I have a perspective that I think would, I would share with you on some things because I've seen different peoples. I speak a different language. I've actually had to be in a different place, breathing different air, a whole different smell, eating different food, all that kind of stuff. Um, and I think that I can applaud you for not saying that you want a marriage, because what you're describing that you want is not what we would define as a marriage, right? I think you're defining a friend, but what we're not hearing is what is the expectation in terms of exclusivity that you would like to see, covenant, and accountability.
So you said something about like commitment. So
Within if you're wanting a partner, just for all, because I did go to your Facebook page, and I love the fact you work out, and you are actually a gorgeous woman. For 52, you're in shape, you got a great smile. Definitely, you got better abs than oh my gosh, than most of the brothers in the gym. But in terms of the partnership, we need clarity in the sense of, okay, what is the expectation for the is this going to be, what is their accountability level? Is this something that you desire to be monogamous? Is this something that you desire to be cuddle buddy kind of thing with, I have a travel partner, but when I'm away, they do their thing, I do mine,
So I am looking for a friend who is open to organic growth. If
nothing grows organically.
Huh?
Nothing grows organically.
By that, I mean, if, let's say we go out, right?
Okay.
And the energy is there, we have a good time. Hey, you want to go out again next week? And I'm actually describing a real scenario. It's kind of happened to me. And I didn't see it coming, and I realized, oh, I like that, because I didn't feel, I didn't feel boxed in. And I think that is something, I think, Will, one of the questions he asked is what's something to work on. And that is something I don't have a fear of commitment, but I do have a fear of being like stifled and suffocated. And so it has to move slow for me. So I like when something just sneaks up on me, and the next thing I know is like, I love spending all my time with this person. So that's what I mean by organic growth.
How slow you want to move, TK? You 52.
Huh?
So how slow you how slow you want to move? You 52, TK. I mean, you fine and everything, but dang, I mean, a brother he won't get no kids, he won't get no covenant, and he won't get no compromise. I mean, what's going on?
No compromise? Where did that come from? Where did no compromise come from? See, this is the biggest dating challenge. Is what people assign to my single 52-year-oldness, to my independence. This is what gets assigned to it. I am uber loyal, and I believe in like being committed. When I'm in something, I'm in it. So one thing I will say that, and this is something I learned in my 51st dates, right? Is I would never describe myself as submissive. Not a word I would use. However, what I realized is there are certain men, by the way they move and the way they carry themselves, automatically fall into a different role. But not every man can bring that out of you. So if your opening question is, can I lead you? No, probably not. It doesn't move like that for me. It's something that you feel it, you know it, you see it. And certain men just move a certain way, and I'm automatically going to do what? I'm going to fall into a different role.
And I'll add this, Medium Man. One of the questions you may want to add to your list going forward is, what do you think you bring that other men or your type of man will find value in? I think a lot of the questions were, from her platform, looking to the other side of the fence kind of a thing. But yeah, I mean, she's had the career, she's had the kid, and she's had the cuddle buddy. So I don't know what much value a man would bring to her. I would say as former military, I think you probably have a better understanding of what submission is than actually a lot of women who would say that call themselves submissive, because submission, submarine, Navy, right? Coming under the mission. Well, the mission is a means by which to accomplish a particular vision, right? And you've had to work with I'm quite sure many different people, many different rankings, probably many different languages, if you were stationed in different places, also that a mission could be accomplished, right? I think if you kind of re-articulate your experience, you probably do have quite a submissive bone. Probably the way that it's articulated in these dating streets as submission is not too appealing, because the definition's been totally manipulated. But yeah, but she fine though, medium man. She fine. I give her that though.
When you ask what is the biggest, I think, my barrier in dating, and Jason kind of hit on it, because based on some things that I said, then all of these other assignments come along with that.
Yeah.
She don't list, just all this other stuff. And that will, so I'm glad that it happened, because it's just an example of like some of,
So I think, yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, Jason. It was those normal ways where your mind would go. You say this word, okay, I'm thinking this.
I think we've talked about this before, but I just, based off of what you said here, I think your biggest issue is finding a guy that fits that dynamic. Because, I would say, and I could probably speak for the majority when Jason was talking about the submission aspect, I think there's more women who are willing to do that, as opposed to what you're alluding to as the partnership. So you just need to find a guy who wants the same thing as you. And that's something that you mentioned to me, when you're talking about like the online dating. So yeah, I think that would be the biggest thing, to find a guy that fits that. You know what I'm saying? What you think?
No, that's definitely a struggle. But I will say for the submission thing, I'm going to clarify when I said I would not describe myself that way. And that wouldn't be a descriptor I would put on me. However, what I've seen is there are certain men, it's how they move. You don't have to ask the question, can I lead you? They move in a way where you automatically believe in this person. And I'm going to say you follow them, so to speak. And it's just, I don't encounter a lot of men who give me that energy. Whether they're trying to date me or not, I don't encounter a lot of that. But the times I have, it's natural. It's not something that has to be discussed, and it happens. There are men who just move that way. They command a room. They command attention.
And then John Henry, my guy with the $20 bomb, he said a woman's submission comes with a price, and that price is her trust seen in the man in front of her. Her love interest should show her the husband he can be. If he can be that, her submission trust can be won. And I think she would agree to that, because we have a term, and I wanted you guys to mention it. It's a conditional submission, conditional femininity. What TK said was there's a particular guy that, comes in the room, commands the room, so to speak, and he already knows that the woman that he's with is going to submit to him. And that's one of the sticking points that I tell guys in these spaces. Stop asking women to submit to you. All right, my woman won't submit to me. My question to you is, why is she there? Make sense? That should already be a common practice in the way that you carry yourself. Just like a woman should be feminine, and that should be her common practice. It's not, conditional femininity where I'm only be feminine for the right guy. No, you need to be the guy that already commands that, and you don't have to ask a woman or wonder why she isn't submitting to you. I see too many guys doing that in these spaces, and that doesn't look very leader-like, in my opinion. Okay?